All right, so today we're going to discuss the Black Swans piece that I created. This took me roughly about 17 and a half hours. It was a piece I actually have that's going to be going towards the Beast Within series that I'm starting. The series essentially is to kind of discuss the relationship between animals and humans. A lot of times when people talk about, lions, they're known for being courageous or brave, or you talk about owls, they have wisdom or they're wise. Eagles for their eyesight or keenness and things of that sort. So this series is really just to discuss the relationship between the animals and the qualities that they exude, that humans exude from them. And so in that, this is probably the second piece that kind of is within that series. I do them sporadically, one out of time, two just because of I have so many things in my mind that I can't just focus on one thing or finishing a whole series at this moment. But I do have some thoughts about where I kind of want it to go, and hopefully one day I'll be able to do a show showcasing all of them completed, or somewhat just at least within a 10-part series, a 10-piece series. And so in that, to say, let's get back to Black Swans. So Black Swans, in short, it's really just kind of going over or showing the Williams sisters' career and just giving them, some respect as far as their magnificence. I never really followed tennis, but after watching the King Richard movie, it kind of helped me to appreciate them more. They've always been, those figures in the tennis world. For me, especially as being an African American man, you have to register with them because it's somebody that you can identify with, somebody that you kind of know. And so for me, it's like cheering from the stands, or just hoping that they're successful, and not just because they're black, but it's also for women. I think they represent a strong quality of adversity and overcoming in that world. So for me, it really was just trying to give them that respect in their game and their craft. And also to the background, I called it Black Swans essentially because it was, I just felt like before I did research on what Black Swans were and who they were, and just trying to figure out what they were, I did more so, I wanted them because I knew for myself, nobody really talks about Black Swans. I know there was a movie about it in the past. I knew that there was a little bit of talk about the Black Swans from that aspect, but them as animals, it was like, why? How come nobody really talks about Black Swans? And then not only that, but just swans in general. I thought that they're always known as being a graceful bird, a bird that people kind of put on a higher pedestal in some aspects. And so when I think about them, it just, for whatever reason, it registered in my mind, hey, let's think about the Williams sisters in that regard. So in saying that, I did some research about the Black Swans. They were mainly found in Australia, and prior to like the 18 or 1700s, many people from the European side never heard of or thought that there was any other species outside of the white swans. And so once they traveled to Australia, once they found out about it, hey, there's this black swan, there's this bird. And even though they acknowledged the bird, they kind of held it, in some aspect as like a bad thing, almost like an omen. You see a black swan, but they were so numerous, it was kind of interesting how they just came up with that conclusion. But in today's mindset, Black Swans in the tech world, business world, it kind of has a negative connotation to it. In some cases, in other cases, it just means something impactful is going to happen. And so when I learned about that, that like drove me even more to like, okay, how can I put this in the picture? And so, you know, I just drawing the Black Swans. It really wasn't like to be so grandiose as far as like, or extravagant, like to where it's like, oh, look at these swans, because the attention should have been on the sisters. But you know, it was to kind of highlight, you know, that there's two birds, they're sticking together, just like Serena and Venus did throughout the years, supporting each other in the tennis world. But also, you know, they were these anomalies, so to speak, to where most people didn't really acknowledge them, you know, for their strengths, until, you know, they kind of had to prove themselves that, hey, yes, we're here, we're doing the same, if not better than other people, and we're just showing by hard work and, you know, determination that, you know, we are going to be here to compete. And so that's kind of what I was going for with that. And then the colors in the background, the light greens, yellows, it really was just very basic themes of the tennis world. You see a tennis ball, that's where that came from. So that's just a little bit to highlight some of my thoughts about the Black Swans picture painting, digital painting. It took me about 17 hours. I still could have taken my time with it a little bit. I got a little lazy with the beads, but it is available. It's an NFT piece also as well. And I'm going to do another product review on the mural canvas too, and to show you how that fits in with that piece and how you can actually purchase the piece of work that will my first technically NFT on a digital canvas. So that's the Black Swans. If you have any questions or you have any comments, feel free to write me. Feel free to email or message me anytime on my website, and we can talk more about it. But I would like to know, what are your thoughts? What do you? I hate that I've explained it to you, but you know, at the same time, what do you get from this picture? So feel free to drop something in the comments or message me, and I'd love to hear it. Take care.